Did somebody say biscotti? I did. Hey everyone, today we're gonna be making a classic Italian recipe, almond biscotti. Of course, I'm gonna be adding a Spanish flair to this, but either way, this biscotti is so good, and it's perfect to dunk into coffee, tea, or even milk. This recipe here is super easy. It has a ton of flavor, and everybody's gonna love it. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is roast the almonds. I'm gonna add half a cup of blanched almonds onto a baking tray. Then I'm gonna move them around. That way they're on a single layer, and then I'm gonna add them into a preheated oven. Bake and broil option, 190 degrees Celsius, which is about 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and roast them between 8 to 12 minutes. After roasting our almonds for close to 10 minutes, let's go check on them. And those look perfectly roasted. After roasting our almonds, we're still gonna keep our oven on. We're gonna keep it in the same heat, but we're gonna take it off the bake and broil option and put it in the bake only option. Okay, now we're gonna start making our dough. Add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour into a bowl. Now add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/3 cup of white sugar. And mix all the dry ingredients together. Now we're gonna make a well in the middle. We're gonna add 2 organic eggs. Beat the eggs. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/4 cup of extra virgin Spanish olive oil. And start mixing everything together. Once well mixed, add the roasted almonds and continue to mix. And this is what you want your dough to look like. As you can see, it's sticky. It's not too dry. Now we're gonna add some parchment paper to a flat surface, sprinkle it with some all-purpose flour, and add our dough on top. I'll make sure you scrape the bowl and grab any of that dough that's stuck on there. We don't want to waste any of this good stuff. Now I'm gonna dust off my hands with some all-purpose flour and start shaping this. You know, push it down, that way everything's well combined. And we're gonna shape it into a log that's gonna be about 2 inches wide by about 10 inches long. Okay, now we're gonna add our dough into the oven between 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, after cooking our dough for about 27 minutes, let's go check on it. And oh yeah, that's exactly what you want it to look like. As you can see, it has fully cooked through. So let's go ahead and take this out of the oven. Now we're gonna transfer our dough onto a wire rack, and we're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes. That way it can harden up. Okay, now I'm gonna cut the loaf into diagonal slices with a serrated knife. They're about 1/2 inch thick. Then I'm gonna grab the slices, place them back into the baking tray, cut side up, and put them into the oven for exactly 20 minutes. When we reach the 10-minute mark, I'm gonna take them out and turn each one around and put them back into the oven. That way they all get evenly toasted. Okay, after cooking our biscotti for a total of 20 minutes, let's go check on them. And oh yeah, that's exactly what they're supposed to look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out of the oven. Now I'm gonna transfer the biscotti into a wire rack and let them cool off. Okay, our biscotti's been resting for about 15 minutes. Technically, you're supposed to leave them here for a couple hours. That way they can really harden up. I'm just gonna grab a couple of them, put them on a plate for presentation, and let you guys know how they turned out. I'm gonna add a couple biscottis to a plate and then add an espresso. Okay, now I'm gonna give it a try. Salud. It's got that crunch I was looking for. A hint of sweetness, but it's not too sweet. This is my kind of biscotti. You guys are gonna love this recipe. If you enjoyed today's video on making this biscotti, please hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until the next time, hasta luego.